The Pokemon universe is full of creatures of a wide variety of appearances. Even sometimes the same creature may have different forms depending on their gender, type, or weather. However, there is one of these creatures that has stood out above the others since the beginning of the franchise, and precisely of that creature we will talk about today. Hi, welcome to a new video of TheVisualBrain. Today we will talk about Pikachu, its origin and how it became the mascot of one of the most profitable franchises of the last 20 years, becoming an icon of pop culture. Before we begin with the video, I wanna let you know that we are making a very special giveaway. Stay tuned until the end to find out more details. To begin with, let's talk about Pikachu's name meaning. Unlike many other creatures' names in this franchise, Pikachu's name has not been changed outside of Japan. Its name can be divided into two parts that correspond to two Japanese onomatopoeias. On the one hand, we had Pika Pika, which is the sound of an electric spark. And on the other hand, we have Choo Choo, which is the sound that a rodent makes. As for its biology within the Pokemon universe, we know that this creature usually have evolutions and pre-evolutions. In the case of Pikachu, he is in an intermediate position, since it evolves from Pichu and then evolves into Raichu. However, this was not always like this. At first, Pikachu was going to take the place of Pichu, and after evolving to Raichu, he will have a third evolution called Gorochu. This one had a more aggressive design with horns and fangs included. But according to an interview given by Ken Sugimori, Gorochu was discarded due to balance issues in the game. As for the design of this creature, it cannot be attributed to a single person, but rather to three, and these were Ken Sugimori, Atsuno Nishida, and last but not least, Kohyo Nishino. These three creatives explore various designs for this creature, and have highlighted in interviews that this was not easy at all to come up with the final design. However, the biggest impact on Pikachu's design came from Nishida's obsession with squirrels. That derived into Pikachu having his characteristic red cheeks, where he would store energy just as squirrels store food on their own. However, things did not end there, since Nishino was not entirely convinced by the designs, since he thought that it should be even cuter than what it already was. And he took it upon himself to work on it and make it as adorable as possible. Before the launch of the first games, Pokemon Red and Green, Sugimori presented to Game Freak different designs of the Pokemon they had created, and one of the most liked ones was precisely Pikachu. It was then when it was decided that this little Pokemon was not only going to appear in the first game, but that he was going to be part of the 15 chosen ones that were to appear in the game's guides. This Pokemon was so light that its creators did not want it to be one of the bunch and made its appearance rate in the first games quite low, which established the basis of its popularity since it generated a kind of mysticism around it in the community of players due to the difficulty of running into one. Now, an important question remains: how did Pikachu end up becoming the Pokemon mascot? Initially, the Pokemon chosen to be the mascot of the franchise was Clefairy, long before adapting the game for TV. Several tests were made to see how Clefairy would be received by the public as the main mascot of the franchise, and soon the designers concluded that this creature was not capable of transmitting the charisma they were looking for. On the other hand, back then, one of the characters that was having a lot of relevance was Winnie the Pooh. So the designers opted for the most similar creature they had in their team, a yellow mouse with red cheeks, chubby and fluffy. That's how Pikachu ended up becoming the official Pokemon mascot, thanks in part to the failure of Clefairy and the success of Winnie the Pooh. Pikachu's impact on the viewers of his anime was immediate. and led him to be the most recognized creature in this universe of monsters. His communicative ability made him a very empathetic creature. With his simple Pika Pika, Pikachu could express all kinds of emotion, from sadness to joy or pain, among others. After the anime, Pikachu became an icon of popular culture. He was the one who carried the Pokemon flag around the world and the image of a franchise that moves millions and millions of dollars. However, its influence did not end up in video games and anime. It went much further. In 1998, with the release of Pokémon Yellow, it can be said that this was the settlement of Pikachu as an icon of the Pokémon franchise. While the mapping, game system, storyline, and adventures were virtually identical to the original Blue and Green editions, this game made certain changes to try to adapt to the anime. Among those changes, the most notable one was that Pikachu was not only on the cover of the game, but would also be the starter Pokémon, without the possibility of choosing another one or changing it, as it can be done with other starters in other editions of the franchise. Pikachu would then accompany us throughout the entire game. This is something that had not been repeated in any other mainline Pokémon game except from Pokémon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee for Nintendo Switch in 2018, that are nothing but remakes of Pokémon Yellow for the new console. While Pokémon Yellow was largely responsible for making Pikachu's importance as a franchise mascot official, there were also other games that further fueled this idea. Also, in 1998, the game Hey You Pikachu was released, which proved that Pikachu was not only an ordinary Pokémon, but that it could also be the perfect pet, the partner that everyone wanted. The importance of this game was that while Pokémon Yellow established Pikachu as the main image of the franchise, Hey You Pikachu showed that this universe could also work on desktop consoles. Over the years, Pikachu will continue to star in many other covers that did nothing more than reinforce its iconicity. Pikachu not only served as the most important image of the franchise, but it also served as a marketing strategy due to its recognizable aspect, since what we know inevitably transmits security to us. So, if a new Pokémon game comes out, it is more than sure that Pikachu will appear on its cover. And even though the title let us know that it belongs to the franchise, the appearance of this Pokémon reinforces the message of the value of the product. For these reasons, some fan favorites such as Tyranitar, Greninja or Milotic are not going to star in the next Pokémon movie, but rather the leading role will be for Pikachu. Such is the influence of this yellow character that we can see him transcending the borders of the video game that launched him to fame. The first example that may come to the mind of many of the appearance of Pikachu in another video game is the Smash Bros. Series, in which Pikachu is one of the characters that can be chosen and also appears on its covers. We can see Pikachu also appear in other video games such as for example in Hidden Folks at the camp level. One of the characters you must find is Pika, which is clearly a Pikachu. On the other hand, in Harmon Night, there are certain extra levels in which we can listen to music from Pokémon games and we can see balloons in the background shaped like Pokémon, and obviously one of those Pokémon is Pikachu. However, Pikachu's crossover does not end in other video games, but he also made his appearances in other TV shows. One of the examples can be seen in several episodes of the mythical series The Simpsons. For example, in the third chapter of the 14th season, broadcast in 2002, Pikachu appears in a bird's hallucination. We can also see Maggie Simpson disguised as Pikachu in two occasions. On the one hand, in the intro of the 7th episode of the 15th season, and also on the 4th episode of the 26th season called The Treehouse of Horror 26th. The last reference we can mention in this show is the 14th episode of the 21st season, Postcard of the Witch, in which we can see Bart Simpson clearly watching a Pokémon episode in which Pikachu obviously appears. Other animated series where we can see subtle references to Pikachu include this scene from American Dad, where a boy has a Pikachu t-shirt, and this scene from Arthur, where a character very similar to Pikachu appears in a deck of cards. Finally, the most notable reference to Pikachu can be seen in the character Ling Ling from the series Drawn Together. The appearances of Pikachu are not limited to animated series. We can also find references to this character in live-action series, such as in this scene from Heroes. In the episode Dual of the third season, the character Hiro Nakamura is called Pikachu by Tracy.
You see that it is destroyed.
Sorry, I've got plans for this little piece of paper, Pikachu.
Pikachu! Excuse me.
Another industry that has been influenced by this Pokemon has been the film industry. For example, we can see him making a brief appearance in the 2002 film Austin Powers in Goldmember. In fact, in 2019, Pokemon has made the leap toward the largest cinematographic industry in the world, Hollywood, with the premiere of the film Detective Pikachu, which stars a Pikachu with the voice of none other than Ryan Reynolds. It was a great success, being considered by the public and especially critics as one of the best cinematographic adaptations of a video game. Pikachu has also made its way into the music industry. For example, in the songs Babies on Fire by the South African band Diane Wood, we can see its singer Jolandi Visser wearing Pikachu slippers. The same band also names Pikachu in their song Banana Brain. Other artists have also named Pikachu in their lyrics, as is the case of Drake in his song Yes. Also decided to include Pikachu in their lyrics, such as the case of the Spanish song by John Gigolo, La Exe y El Faraón, No Digas Nada. Or the French song by Romeo Elvis Caballero and Jean Jazz Slinka and Cadieux.
À Pigalle où les deux jouent de Pikachu, vos darons les Big Man. Un cadeau.
Or also the Russian song Nishvivia by Sunny and Pia Sports.
Sunny, Dima, SpongeBob, Pikachu, oder wie du dich nennen magst, Alter. Der ist nur für dich.
Anyway, there are many more songs that include Pikachu in their lyrics. According to lyrics.com, they are more than 100. Pikachu's influence does not remain in the entertainment industry, but we can see examples in many other places. For example, in 2012, due to the premiere of the movie Pokémon the movie Kuririn vs. the Sword of Justice, Toyota, in partnership with the Japanese toy maker Takara Tomy, made two cards in the shape of two Pokémon present in said movie. And no, the Pokémon mentioned in the title was not one of them. The chosen Pokémon were Oshawott and obviously Pikachu. The madness for Pikachu not only goes through the ground, but also through the air, as was demonstrated in 1998 when the Japanese airline All Nippon Airways, as a promotion for the first Pokémon film, painted one of its planes with the images of 10 Pokémon, being one of them Pikachu. Since then, the airline has done so with 10 more units, inaugurating what would later become known as the Pokémon Jet Division. Each of those planes included the image of Pikachu on them. Unfortunately, the division closed in 2016 with the withdrawal of the last Boeing 747. In 1999, Pikachu was even named the second best person of the year, only behind Ricky Martin and 2 places above J.K. Rowling. Likewise, in 2011, Pikachu was placed 20th in the Guinness list of the best video game characters of all time. In 2014, Adidas and the Pokémon Company announced that the official mascot of the Japanese team for the FIFA World Cup would be Pikachu. Meanwhile, in 2001, the new government decided to make coins with Pokemon on them, which were worth $1, and they chose 5 Pokemon: Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Meow, and obviously Pikachu. How much do you think those coins are worth today? I will give you a few seconds to think about it. The answer is that these coins today are worth around $1,000 online. On a similar note, Kansas capital city, Topeka, decided to change the official name of its city to Topekachu for one day, as a part of an agreement to promote the launch of the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee games. This may not have any practical effect, but when a video game character gets a real city to change its official name, we know that it is probably one of the most important characters in history. The world of science was also influenced by the yellow mouse. In 2008, a team of researchers from the Department of Biology of the University of Osaka discovered a protein that plays an important role in the transmission of visual information from the eyes to the brain. Due to the speed in which this process occurs, they decided to name this protein Pikachurina, in honor of our adorable Pikachu. Pikachu has also become a permanent member of one of the world's largest parades in 2001, the Amazing Thanksgiving Parade, even appearing on one of its promotional posters. However, we must not forget that Pikachu has a whole parade of its own in his home country. It's called An Outbreak of Pikachus. It took place for the first time in 2014 as a way to promote Pokémon the movie, Giant Sea and the Cocoon of Destruction. As you can imagine, a festival that includes hundreds of people dancing in Pikachu's costumes became absurdly popular and is nowadays an annual event, generating a significant influx of tourists and income for the city and its shops. Pokémon, being a globally recognized franchise, has definitely left a mark on popular culture. Its characters have become popular icons, as is the case of the protagonist of this video, in which we could see only some samples of his influence around the world. And thanks to his massive and loyal legion of fans, it doesn't seem like his reign will end anytime soon. Now the question is, what will be the next territory that this cute character will catch? Hi guys, so for this video I am making a giveaway of Pikachu's family thanks to the Randoms Pokémon Channel. This guy does weekly giveaways of shiny and legendary Pokémon on his channel. I will leave you the links to his channels and social networks so you can go and check it out and participate on his giveaways. So, if you have a Nintendo Switch online subscription or a Pokémon Home account, you will be able to participate in this giveaway. Look, I'm giving away the following Pokémon: Shiny Pichu, Shiny Pikachu, Shiny Pikachu with Ash hats, Shiny Raichu, Shiny Alolan Raichu, and Gigantamax Pikachu. All you need to do to participate is comment on this video what is your favorite Pikachu form and why. In order to get another chance to win, you can go to my Instagram, follow me, like this picture, and copy the same comment you leave here on YouTube, mentioning your YouTube username and finally tag a friend. This giveaway will take place on Friday, May 9th, so I will be DMing you that day. People that have commented here and on Instagram will be able to choose the prize first. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have found it useful. Please do not forget to leave a thumbs up if it was so, and also leave a comment with your opinion on the subject and what you can contribute. Finally, do not forget to share it and subscribe for more educational videos so we can continue learning together. See you in the next video.
Pikachu, Pika Pika Pikachu, Pika Pika Pikachu, Pika Pika Pikachu, Pika Pika Pikachu.
Palmas arriba, palmas arriba.